calle de La Habana sale el sol sin preguntar. Paso lento, vida simple. La historia empieza al caminar. Café en la esquina, risas pasan. La ciudad se deja ver.
This is Shelly. I've been working with her during my time here, and her Instagram is on the screen if you want to connect with her directly.
Oh, okay.
Shelly speaks English and provides a range of local services. She helps with accommodation management, taxi arrangements across the country, both private and shared, and tour organization in provinces outside of Havana. She also helps visitors understand how money exchange works locally, which can be confusing for a lot of people when they arrive. Most importantly, Shelly took me to many places and helped make this experience smooth, local, and stress-free. So the first stop Shelly took me to was El Pirata. This is a smoothie spot, real simple, real local, nothing fancy, but honestly, that's what makes it good. These are the kind of places you usually don't find on your own unless someone local brings you. We grabbed smoothies and each one came out to about $3. That's it, $3 for fresh fruit blended right there, and it actually tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one thing I'll say right away. When you're moving around with a local guide like Shelly, you're not overpaying or getting pushed into tourist prices. You're stopping at regular spots where locals actually go. The vibe here is relaxed. People are just coming in, grabbing a drink, talking, moving on with their day. No rush, no pressure. It's a good way to start the day, especially before walking around or heading to the next location.
I see nothing, and even in Miami, I see nothing but the whiter ones.
Huh?
When I fly here,
Uh-huh.
I only see the whiter ones, the whiter people.
Uh-huh.
But when I get here, I see the darker people. Why is the darker people in the city? Where are the other ones?
I mean, at the beginning of the history and all of that, we have like, they say that 70-80% of the people have more like white roots. We was thinking, even was me, I was part of the people that, because I see a lot of black people, but
Yeah.
it's real that most of the people that we have is like the white roots, because they say that they was bringing like black people, what was like little bit portion of that.
Mm-hmm.
So even
You're
for
saying
example-
some good stuff right now, so.
Oh, so,
Go ahead.
So in Havana was like most like black people than was here Havana, but no more. More of them was in the east of the country, Guantanamo, Santiago, all those. This Providence was like more black people. Most of them because some of them was running away from the Asian war during the colonization, so they was going and was like the part most close of 80
Okay.
from their country, so they go there. So some of them go to the most of the black people that we was having here in Havana was during the Spain colonization. So they was going straight from the boat to Havana. But all these people that stay like in that part of the country was because they was running away from Asian war in that time.
Okay.
So that is the thing that maybe if you go there, you will find like most of the portion of the black people of the country.
Uh-huh.
Occident and center of Cuba is more like white people.
Which part?
Here in Cuba, we have we divide the country in Occident, center, and east.
Okay.
So they call it Oriente, Occidente, Centro, y Oriente. So let me show you the map. So Occidente are the Providence that are Pinal del Rio, Havana, Artemisa, Mayabeque, and Matanzas. So center will be like Cienfuegos, Villa Clara, Santo Espíritu, and Ciego de Ávila.
Wow.
And then in this Providence here, it's like where most black people was staying. Because it's
Guantanamo.
like, yeah, for location and position, it's like the most close to 80. So it was easy to them to run
Over
away.
there.
Yeah. So over there is like where you see like most of the black people, and maybe you can find like the more black roots over there. Havana was a lot of mix with the Spain, then with the English. I don't know if we was having like some of English with people with having some English roots also. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Right here, you're looking at the Havana Cathedral, also known as the Catedral de San Cristobal. This is one of the most iconic landmarks in Old Havana, sitting in Plaza de la Catedral. The architecture dates back to the 1700s, and it's one of those places where you can feel the history just standing here. No rush, no crowds, just everyday life moving around something that's been here for centuries.
You have like in whole Havana, you have like four important squares. This one is one of them,
Uh-huh.
the Cathedral Square.
But it's churches?
That is a church.
Okay.
We can go inside and you can make this.
Okay. Okay.
That have like the strong roots in the Spanish architecture, but with some influenced by Baroque design elements.
Okay. Design elements? Okay. But is it like people still come here like on a Sunday? Oh, okay.
Sunday, Saturday, anything. But most of the time it's Sunday.
Okay. It's huge. Okay.
This side, this before was some swamp,
Uh-huh.
and then after it was drained, then was like ready to make construction, and where was the people start to build during the Spain colonization. And before was a swamp called Plaza de la Ciénaga, and then they give the name
Uh-huh.
of Plaza de la Catedral.
Español para que me den algo que tenga unos mareos, una comida que sea $1.
Right now, we're stepping into the Museo de Arte Colonial, located here in Old Havana. This museum is inside a preserved colonial mansion and gives you a look at how life was during Cuba's colonial period. Inside, you'll see original furniture, artwork, and everyday objects that were used centuries ago. It's quiet, simple, and not flashy, but it adds real context to the streets outside and helps you understand the history behind Old Havana.
Tú eres la muchachita casada. ¿Qué te hace falta en un museo?
¿Se puede pasar?
Tienes que pagar la entrada,
Sí, yo sé.
pero te hace falta algo con un museo.
Sí, o sea, que hicieran
Es una visita recorrido. Ve con la muchacha ahí. Con la misma comercial.
Ok, gracias. Buenos días.
Una visita especializada, no se tendría que llamar a ver, o sea, alguna disponibilidad.
So what happened?
Oh no, I am checking to see
Okay.
the museum. It's the Museum of Art Colonial.
Ah.
So it's like would be like they have like all the scenes from the Spain colonization.
Okay.
If they are still here. You know, because everything changed time to time, and then people takes so long to make restoration.
Ah.
So I don't know if they will be like
Yeah.
having it, if they have it. If not, we maybe we can just check inside and
Yeah.
see what they have.
Buenos días, Gaby. Gaby, buenos días. ¿Estás en el museo? Yo no tengo el teléfono.
At a museum. What's this place called?
Museo de Arte Colonial.
Museo de Arte de Colombia.
Colonial.
Colonial.
So
Okay.
Colonial Art Museum.
And we're in the central. What's
We are in the Cathedral Square.
Capitol Square? Yeah. No problem.
I never see any picture of this with the swamp.
With the who?
With the swamp. They said that before here was a swamp,
Oh.
but I don't see any picture of that time. They have old pictures of plenty places, but I don't see.
But if there was a swamp, how did people walk by?
No, because after it was drained.
Oh.
After they said that was drained,
and
then
they put the.
they start to build. And most of the houses here,
Uh-huh.
all these buildings was only for aristocrats, Cubans.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what are those women over there?
Which ones?
The costume.
The girls
Yeah.
with the dress. So during the Spain colonization, we was having like people selling products on the street, like flowers, like peanuts. So they are dressing like remembering dark times. So you take pictures with them, and then you tip them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But it's like usually sometimes before, I don't know when I was a child, they sometimes was singing, but now they don't do it. The only one that do it is one that all the time is around here selling peanuts.
Oh, okay.
And she do it, but this one, I don't.
Uh,
But you will be having like, they will be asking you for $5.
yeah. They did that
It's
to.
no, it's, okay.
Yeah, Brian and Smitty. So what are we waiting now?
I don't
So,
know. We just, okay.
Oh, let's look over
O
there.
sea, se demoramos todavía. Porque si no, no, porque a lo mejor él estaba fuera del tiempo. Because for plenty of this, maybe.
Ya viene la directora a hacer la visita de ella.
Ah, ok.
Viene ella, porque los museólogos están.
Before, when I was a child, I was liking so much go to the museums because they was giving you people with a lot of information and they was speaking a lot. Because even usually these people that was like taking care on the door and all these places.
Now we stepped inside the Museo de Arte Colonial, right here in Old Havana. This place is in one of the oldest buildings in the city, a colonial mansion that's been preserved to show what life looked like back then. The entrance cost was about $2 CUC per person without a guide, which is roughly a couple of dollars to come in and explore. Inside, you can see original furniture, decorative pieces, and everyday objects from the colonial era.
Ya.
It's a
Entonces,
quiet,
las
authentic
viviendas
space,
coloniales
not a
se
big museum,
caracterizan
but a place that really gives you a sense of how people lived hundreds of years ago. Walking through here, you almost feel the history in the walls and the layout of the rooms. It's one of those stops that adds real depth to the walk around Old Havana.
Los grandes patios, los corredores.
Because the tropical weather, they was making it with big doors and big windows, like make it more fresh.
Okay.
Tengamos en cuenta no existiera aire acondicionado.
No, it's,
She said that we have to remember that during that time we don't
We-
have air conditioning.
in Miami, we have the kind of like the same thing. It's called Vizcaya. So it's kind of built like this.
Esta es una sala temática dedicada a los elementos de la arquitectura.
So this is a room dedicated to the architecture's elements.
Okay.
Sí, hubo un gran desarrollo de la carpintería y lo podemos ver en las primeras cancelas para la protección de las viviendas.
She said there was a big development about from carpenter, and you can see it and how they build.
Okay.
This for the protection of the windows. They was a use like protection for the windows and the
Okay. It wasn't trying to keep people out.
people out or trying to keep people in sometimes also.
Oh, okay.
Existieron en todos los tiempos, existieron ladrones. Eso
Yeah,
por los
in the
ladrones
city
había
that
que
from all the
proteger.
season you was having people trying to take things from your house. That was protection.
Entonces existieron otro tipo de rejas o de delimitación, delimitadores, pero ya con un desarrollo de otras labores de artesanías, en este caso, de artesanías no, sino oficios como es el herrero, y así hicieron este tipo de rejas.
Then with the time, they made different protection for make the limitation of the places, and they made these signs.
Sí, pero también había una burguesía criolla muy adinerada que también sus iniciales de la familia se colocaban en las rejas como
He
puertas
said that during
cercanas.
that time, the rich people was putting their names
Ah.
or the signature in the doors or yeah.
Para delimitar un balcón de otro, se usaron este tipo de libros, eran guardavecinos.
During that time, to make the limiter or the limitation from one balcony to the other one, they was putting this because sometimes they was having like built back balconies that live like couple families, but just to make division between one balcony to the other one, they was putting this. Like they call it like ¿cómo fue que dijiste?
Guardavecinos.
Like keep neighbors.
Eran no solo para vivir, sino para proteger. ¿No ves que esto es un poco agreste?
Yeah,
Un
it
poco
was not only for to delimit, it was only for protection also.
Se hicieron diseños muy lindos, también con este de la línea.
They made like different. We're still doing some of them.
Para el sistema de iluminación de la ciudad se colgaban los faroles y hacían estos portafaroles.
They say that they use this for the system of illumination.
Y para adornar los pretiles de las edificaciones, el remate final de las edificaciones estaban los copones de mayólica.
So for when you finish, the front, the fence of the doors, they was using like.
Okay. And what year was all this? What year was this?
Mira, si se asoman acá, aquí hay uno en el edificio. Siglo XIX. Asómate ahí, mira.
19.
Asómate ahí en la edificación de la
Oh,
esquina.
like what you see in that building.
Okay.
But you have to be in this window.
What am I looking
Go
at?
in this window, and then that balcony on top over there. And you see it?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Vemos diferentes llaves, cerrojos, clavos, botones de puertas, elementos decorativos.
So there's like different keys of different buttons in the doors. I don't know if you see in the door outside, they was putting like these buttons as decoration.
Okay.
Acá
Sometimes to cover when you put I don't remember this, just to cover the hole and don't, like to make it look pretty.
ya, aquí en esta sección tenemos los llamadores de puerta. Tú parece percutía. Los
This is
llamadores de
like
puerta.
instead of having a ringer bell, you was having this to call in the door.
Oh.
No existía el timbre. Entonces, lo más interesante que muchas de estas piezas eran hechas por esclavos y recreaban animales, o sea, como
So
tenemos
plenty
cocodrilos.
of those places was made by slaves.
Okay.
So if you see, all of them was having like forms of animals. For example, this one that is like crocodiles.
Y aquí tenemos diferentes tipos de pestillos y bisagras para articular las puertas.
And this was the different kinds of to lock the doors and to hold doors. I don't know what is the name of that piece.
Oh,
that
but
they use.
hinges. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Acá tenemos diferentes llamadores ya más grandes
These one are like the same of that ones, but bigger.
que se ponían en dependencia de la puerta, era el tamaño del llamador. Aquí vemos otros más pequeños que en
Me
forma.
gusta esto.
Ese es el símbolo del museo. Es una manzana, una mano como una manzana y es un diseño muy típico.
She says the hand.
At the apple?
With the
Yeah.
apple, yeah. It's a typical.
Oh, okay.
Eso es de bronce, eso pesa.
It's from bronze.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are, it's heavy.
Entonces vemos los leones en diferentes tamaños y el cisne que es muy bonito.
The
Yeah.
size was depending of the size of the doors.
Aquí las manos más pequeñas, como te decía, dependencia del tamaño de la puerta, era el tamaño del llamador. Entonces, diferentes tipologías de puertas que se hicieron a lo largo de todo el periodo colonial.
He said that these were are the different kind of doors and they was made in it at the time of the colonial
Hay como de diferentes cuarterones, muchos más cuarterones, menos cuarterones, o sea, para que vean la idea de la diferencia que hay entre unos y otros. Vamos a ver acá.
Oh, this is the example of the buttons that she was showing you.
Exacto, los botones
Okay.
con forma de cara, o sea, el rostro de mujer. Muy robusta, también con los botones de puerta. Por detrás, si la pueden ver por detrás, los pestillos, los botones.
And this was the part of what she was showing you. Lock
Aún conserva los hermanos.
the door.
Okay.
Plenty museums still having.
Mira los sistemas, las bisadas, sistemas de argollas también. Un sistema bien antiguo, pero bueno. Estos son esculturas de terracota, son de mármol. Son figuras que se colocaban en las fachadas de los inmuebles. Con especies de nichos eran colocadas.
These are figures that they was putting outside of the houses, like decoration.
Okay.
Y además lo curioso que se han mantenido hasta la actualidad, son del siglo XIX, por un material tan frágil y
Say that the
adaptado.
qualities and they still here after so many years from the side 19.
Yeah.
Aquí vamos a ver tiradores que se usaron tanto para el mobiliario como para las puertas. Y estos son los llamados pomos de escalera.
Pomos de escalera.
Ajá.
Oh, los que se ponían en
Los que se ponían aquí,
So
como que
they was using these as decorations on the stairs. At the beginning of the stairs, when you to hold it, you was putting at the bottom,
Yeah.
decorations. And this one was for the doors, for the bedrooms.
Okay.
eran de porcelana. Y acá vamos a ver otras, o sea, bocallaves. Por acá se introducía la llave y pertenecieron a diferentes edificaciones importantes de la
This is
de La
where
Habana.
you were supposed to introduce the key. But this was like the decoration. Usually you was having like a hole in the door and you put just the key straight there.
Oh, okay.
Y vimos otros diseños, otros formatos más pequeños, con símbolos un poco un tanto heráldicos.
Oh, they put the to who belong the sign of every door. I don't know if it's terracotta is the same name. You use that word?
Well, say that word.
Yeah, terracotta. I don't know
Oh,
about
no.
that word.
No.
Vamos a hacer
I was trying to find like right translation for that,
Yeah.
but it's still saying terracotta. It's like mood.
Mhm. Gracias.
Estamos en la cochera de la casa, lugar donde se guarda el vehículo, por decir de alguna manera. Esto es un carruaje, o sea, esto es un
This is
tren de
supposed to be
lujo.
like the garage of the house.
Mhm.
So this is where they was keeping the carriage.
Oh, okay.
Esto es un tren de lujo del siglo XIX, era guiado por un solo caballo.
This was riding for only one horse and
Mhm.
was usually used for the women of the house.
Cuando se hacía un viaje muy largo, se ponían dos caballos.
For a large travel, they was using two horses.
Entonces, el caballo era conducido por el cabecero y el cabecero debía portar un uniforme o sea, correctamente de botas de charol, pantalón blanco y usar los llamados galones de librea que identificaban a la familia a que pertenecía.
¿Cómo me dijo que se llamaba?
Galones de librea, los galones de librea.
Oh, so he said that usually the person right are always with a signature of this as a signal of the house of where they work from.
Ya. El
A
cabecero,
sense of honor.
Ajá.
Yeah, same thing. Mhm.
el cabecero tenía que tener identificado a la familia que pertenecía.
The name was Calecero.
Y entonces, vamos a pasar a esta vitrina, lleva un sombrero de bombín. En el sombrero también
So
tenía
even
la cinta.
in the hat, they was having to wear
Mhm.
like it's like the regular uniform. And he's a black person.
Mhm.
Exactamente, ahí lo ven bien vestido, completo. Vamos entonces, el cabecero era el personaje, la persona que se encargaba de mantener el caballo en perfectas condiciones, alimentado y bañado, y también todas las escuelas, arreos, toda la indumentaria.
So the person that made this job supposed to be taking care of the horse and trying to keep him healthy and change.
His things, yeah.
Yeah.
Todo eso tenía que estar brillante como si fuera oro. Casi todas las piezas son de bronce, hierro, pero nada podía tener oxidación.
Most of the
suciedad,
pieces was
perfectamente
from
lustrado.
bronze, but any of them have to be like everyone they have to be clean and bright.
Mm-hmm.
Recuerden que en La Habana no había luces, pero había los estribos, todo.
Horse and carriage.
No, al no haber luces, habían fiestas, actividades en la noche, y cuando salía con el Kitrin portaba este sistema de iluminación para alumbrarse las calles pavimentadas de La Habana, las calles
So
adornadas.
as we remember, in that time we wasn't having electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So the car, el kitrin me dijo.
Sí,
So they was like having this kind of light to carry with them.
Mm-hmm.
también existía.
Wait, but if they had this kind of light, how did they have electricity?
No. They are putting this as example.
Ah.
Remember that?
Oh, okay.
It's just an example.
All right.
Un ejemplo, sí, exactamente. Y aquí también tenían las lámparas de aceite, que
The oil lamps.
Oh, that's
y
okay.
los encerros para anunciar la llegada.
And this is the announce, and you was vibration like what was making the noise when you use the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
It was having.
Oh.
Sometimes people was using it like with the hands, but usually was having it was.
So people know they're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People know that you are coming.
Entonces, los uniformes lo pueden ver quizás un poco pequeños porque estos no eran del cabecero, sino de los hijos del cabecero, los llamaban pajes de cabecero. O sea que es como una tradición, llegar a ser cabecero, pero era como una escuela, se iban formando desde niños hasta llegar a ser el
So these uniforms are small because they're supposed to be for the same person that was taking care of the horse. They was like raising and they was already learning how to be doing the same job as the time. So like they will be working in the family. That will be like something that will be passing from generations.
Es como se va como una sucesión de unos a otros porque eran una persona de confianza, desde niño tenían que aprender ser cuidadosos, reservados, se sabían muchos secretos y tenían
Oh.
So that was a profession that they was knowing since they was a child. So they have to be like very respectful about it and learning.
Wait, say that again?
She said that from the beginning, since they was a child, they already have. I mean, even when you was having that was like reaching to some kind of position in the house. You was still working from the person of the house, but you will be like having a better position instead of being a slave.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Era como un área de recogimiento, de lectura.
So this is an extension of the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like the talk
Tenemos
Oh, okay.
to any conversation, yeah.
en este espacio tenemos este mueble que es un escritorio portátil. Se separa el gran cajón de la parte baja que permitía trasladar los documentos. Y es para, o sea, mucho especie de gavetas y secretos tienen para guardar todo lo que tú.
So this was like a portable desk.
That's a desk? Oh.
Yeah. So, but there was also like you was like taking out to write and things, and then you put things, documents and things.
Just-
inside.
oh, like a chest.
Ajá.
Cuando uno voltea la tapa batible está lleno de gaveticas puestecitas y engañosas porque piensas que son decoraciones y cuando tú abres una
She said
gaveta.
that inside you was having like some little compartments that you was looking like it's decoration, but it's to put documents inside.
Oh, okay.
Y entonces como era para trasladar tenía estos a las laderas como cada cual
And like because it's
de
a
elevados.
carry-on, it was
Mhm.
having like distance to be carrying you. I mean that's for people that was working here. Like you don't feel carrying that with you.
Oh, okay. It looks like.
The people that work for you will be carrying that.
Oh, okay. It looks like a magic show thing.
Aquí vamos a ver los muebles más antiguos que hay en Cuba.
So this
Se
is
conservan
the,
acá.
so this is the furniture room,
Okay.
and the oldest furniture in Cuba you will see it here.
Por ejemplo, tenemos el taburete, que es un mueble que es un mueble muy primario, siglo XVII, pero que todavía hoy se conserva. Hoy es un mueble vivo dentro del campesinado cubano. Todavía el taburete se
So we are
conserva.
still having like this kind of building this kind of furniture from the people from the small towns, people that work with cows and like fields. They still making this kind of
Chairs.
furniture. Yeah, but
Oh,
this
okay.
one is from the size 17.
Size 17.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
From the size 17. You don't.
No. You said size 17, like as like a big person.
No.
No.
It's from the
1700s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Entonces, este mueble era muy rústico, hecho con cuero de ovejo y tensado con tachuelas. Por su robustez permitía recostarse, no tenía balance, pero se recostaban los balcones para el descanso.
So they was like using this to laying down, but you can be like, it's not like the other kind that you can just
Rock, but yeah.
Yeah, but you don't fall down. They was doing this, but you don't fall down because it was a strong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aquí vemos diferentes tipos de armarios para diferentes usos, pero fundamentalmente religiosos. El exponente más importante que tenemos en la sala es este, del siglo XVII, del Señor, o sea, marcado como el Señor de la Humildad, que tiene, conserva aún todas las pisadas de argollas.
So the most important, they have all these closet, but they say that the most important is this one from the 17th century. And she said that most of the time they was using this but more with finishing religious, not for to put clothes, but more for use it for religion people.
Oh, okay.
Entre las sillas que tenemos también sillas de descanso, sillas de corte religioso, frailero y sillas para hacer necesidades como el bacín, para colocar el bacín acá en la parte con su tapa a batir para los olores.
Baño.
Yeah.
Baño.
Like the old toilet.
Por esta parte de acá abajo se introducía el bacín y luego se retiraba. Y para los olores se tapaba.
So
But
for the smell they was, but I don't know how they close that.
Oh, okay.
It's still open in the back.
like in Jamaica, we had outhouses. So this must be for rich people or something.
Esto era para las personas ricas solamente.
Sí, para los
Yeah,
ricos.
for rich.
Oh, okay.
Rich. Porque dice que en Jamaica había ese tipo, pero, o sea, habían baños afuera.
No, ¿qué sucede? Que en las casas, estas coloniales, las necesidades se hacían dentro del propio, no existía el baño.
No,
existía.
during that time it's no bathroom. I mean, they was
Oh.
having like,
Entonces las
if you-
sillas se retiraban.
No, but we go outside and we dig a hole. You dig a hole.
Oh, no, dice que ellos hacían como uno, no, but rich people they will be
No,
going
¿qué
outside.
pasa? Sí,
Okay.
¿Qué pasa? En las casas coloniales, aquí se hacían lo que llamaban letrinas. Pero la letrina era una oquedad que se hacía en una parte de la casa, en la planta baja, y se le ponían las tablas. Pero a esa letrina iba tanto los desechos humanos como se te rompía algo de la vajilla,
So
se te
they
rompía.
was making this kind of hole, but for example, you don't go to this. They was having like a big hole to put all of that there.
Oh.
But they was not using that only for this kind of thing. They was using like if you have like broken furniture or anything, you was putting all that over there also.
Okay.
Tomabas un vino, la botella se botaba,
Yeah, it
era
was
como la zona de
covered.
desecho.
Yeah, it was like the area of to throw garbage away.
La evacuación de los desperdicios de la casa iba a parar a la letrina. No solo estos desperdicios, sino todo desperdicio de la casa.
Okay.
Entonces están estas arcones, baúles, como lo quieran llamar, pero eran realmente como digamos las maletas de viaje. Con esto se utilizaba para transportar los menajes de casa y los objetos personales.
So this was like the trunk, and they was using to travel with clothes and all the things from the house was put in there.
Okay.
Tienen varias divisiones en su interior y muchos, algunos ya con el desarrollo, estos son muy antiguos, pero se fueron modernizando y se fueron
They
tapizando
said
por
that these ones
dentro.
are really old, but with the time they was like making it like with more decorations and putting like some things to cover inside the wood and make it like more sophisticated.
Seguimos. Estas dos sillas son sillas de corte religioso, también llamados fraileros. Esta en particular, de cuero y madera, tenía estas orejeras que era para el descanso.
Oh, she said that this is like with and religious and also, but she said that they was putting this, like if you wanna like lay down to one side, this was helping you to rest.
Este frailero de manera particular tiene la rejilla para ventilar, mantener una temperatura
So
corporal
this kind of
fresca.
designs was like to make it fresh, like to the air like come through or this, yeah. So it was like better than this way. But we're still having this kind of furniture. Like my Grammy, I have this kind of furniture.
Aquí vamos a llegar a una sección del mueble estilo imperio. Es un estilo o sea, que invadió el mueble en Europa, pero llega a Cuba ya transformado. Podemos decir que es un imperio cubano. ¿Por qué? Porque toda la tapicería se abandona y se vuelve todo rejilla. Modifícate en tu mente que todo esto era tapizado con tela cuando llega a Cuba se modifica.
So all of they call this like the revolution of imperial furniture. But in Europe they was having another kind of they was covering it with a different design, and after in Cuba, because they know that was coming from tropical country, they made it different with this kind to make it a little more fresh.
Son muebles de un diseño muy limpio, tenían los brazos muchas veces en forma de concha y las patas delanteras de los muebles como posición de bailarinas, le llaman la pose de cabriolet.
They say that the form of this was like trying to be like a dancer, like the form of a dancer girl, like the ballet.
Oh, okay, ballet. Okay.
Ya. Vemos estos muebles que son muy lindos estéticamente, pero es el imperio inglés, pero sin tapizar, con la variante cubana de la rejilla. Aquí vemos un mueble masculino para afeitarse. Es un mueble afeitador para hombres. Es un mueble para hombres.
Oh, this is the furniture where men usually use to shave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Acá vemos otro de los estilos que imperaron en el periodo colonial, que estuvieron de moda, que fue el modelo medallón. El modelo medallón también traído de Europa, pero le sucedía lo mismo. Se le modificó toda la tapicería para la rejilla. En estas piezas preciosas que habían con brazos, sin brazos y el llamado doble medallón.
So she said that it's a different design. In that time they call it like medallion, and the different that they made was this kind, like, singing like it was a sign of a coin. In that time they was called a medallion. That is different.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Medieval times. I
Estos
think
muebles
it's
se
called.
pusieron muy de moda en el periodo colonial en las salas, en los grandes salones de la burguesía. ¿Por qué? Porque este era un mueble exhibidor que te permitía exponer todo lo nuevo que tú comprabas. O sea, la ostentación, todas las porcelanas, los cristales, todo lo
But
comprabas.
for the aristocrat people, this was like very important because they was like showing like all the things that they was having to show, jewelry or things for the kitchen. They was like putting here all the crystals and things that they was putting here cups.
Acá vemos esta...
Just to impress people. And say
Yeah, I
we
know.
are rich.
I know.
Hablando de un siglo XVIII que no existía el sistema de alcantarillado. El baño se hacía en la habitación, también los baños corporales. Y se utilizaban las palanganas y el famoso vacín. Y para los olores esto se guardaba. En fin.
So this is like, in that time, they was not having like shower. So they was using this to put the water here, and then they was like washing the face. And this is where the people usually supposed to make like the other needs physiological.
Otros muebles para el aseo eran los muebles tipo lavabo que se mandaban a hacer con una conjunción de materiales muy interesantes, la loza y la madera. Eran
During
piezas
that
muy
time, they was
estéticas.
using like different this different design. This is from the 18th century.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get more modern.
And
Yes,
this was like 19th
Okay.
century. So they get like more modern.
Okay. But where does the water come from?
Y el
Like-
agua-
like
el
a
agua
well?
tenían instalación.
No. El agua se echaba acá, se levantaba, se echaba, se utilizaba y se recogía en un balde o cubo acá abajo.
Also, they was putting like water. It was like open this somewhere.
Oh, they already
and
had the
then
water.
It was like holding it here and then they take care of it.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
No existía sistema de alcantarilla. El agua que se venía de 11 kilómetros del único río que hay en la ciudad, el Almendares. Y entonces desembocaba en el Callejón del Chorro.
So, in that time, we was not having like any pipe. Like so they was having another system. They was making like some routes from the only one river that we was having, and then was reaching here to they call it Callejón del Chorro.
Otra manera de obtener agua era a través de los techos a dos aguas, bajaban por las canales, bajantes pluviales que todavía los tenemos y se recogía abajo.
So other way that they was having was using this. Like when it was raining, they was putting like a bucket at the bottom, and
Yeah.
they was collecting the water from this pipe.
And then they use it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess that the water was more clean and more healthy than that time.
All right.
Not so much contamination.
Yeah.
Estamos hablando de una sala donde fundamentalmente están las sillas. Estas son las llamadas sillas de iglesia. Eran sillas pequeñas porque se utilizaban para ser trasladadas hasta la iglesia para la señora cogiera un buen lugar dentro del recinto religioso.
So these are the college church chairs because this is for the lady of the house, and they was like when you was carrying this to the shore, like that you have like a better location. I mean, I guess during that time they was not having like chairs on the shore.
Eran muy bonitas, decoradas con la técnica de la taracea, que es la incrustación de pequeñas conchas de nácar. Y entonces eran muy decoradas, tanto
So
estas
during
como las
that time they
sillas.
was like putting inside of the wood this corn from the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, and put it inside of the wood.
Okay.
Aquí una rara silla de papel maché que se ha conservado, ¿sí? Una
Oh, this is like it's a chair, but it's made it from paper. It's a technique that you wet the paper, and you make and then use like gum until it gets strong. But cheese it still have. Pero la usaban.
Sí, todo bien usado. Aquí vemos diferentes sillas, pero con un destaque de la comadrita, que es un sillón, una silla con balance, pero sin brazos, que permitía acomodarse las grandes vestimentas, que era la moda de la época.
Okay, so she said that this is a different kind of chair. This time they was having like a balance, but with no arms, like that you can sit down and put all the dress.
Dicen que también era muy cómoda para hacer las labores de aguja porque las mujeres tenían que saber bordar, saber
And she said
tejer.
that was more comfortable for the normally what the ladies was doing, like making the I don't know how you call that in English. Let me find the name.
Knitting? Weaving. Yeah.
Weaving.
Diferentes sillas, pero ya aquí las sillas, o sea, los mobiliarios de este periodo sobre todo, se tiene una comparación, puntos muy común con la arquitectura. Aquí podemos ver una silla donde vemos un poco el estilo Nouveau, estilizada, con los pináculos, muy recta también.
So then, in this time, the chairs was having like more relation with architecture. So they was like getting more sophisticated on like designs.
Aquí vemos otro estilo decorativo que también se da mucho en España y llega a través de las formas torcidas, los elementos florales.
She said that during this time, this was like more in common with Spain, and they was using like floral elements, flowers.
Y bueno, las sillas los muebles de mimbre que convivieron muy bien en los salones, esto ya siglo XX, principios del XX, son muebles hechos con fibra vegetal.
So she said that this is a wicker chairs.
Okay.
¿De qué año me di?
Finales del 19, principios del 20, y vinieron de los Estados Unidos.
This came from America. Yeah. She said end of the 19th century.
I
and
see the
beginning
butts
of
are
the
bigger.
Sí, se hicieron grandes conjuntos, sofás, repisas, en fin. Acá vemos unas piezas que son logradas a través de torcer la madera a través del calor. Se cortaban los trozos de madera, se ponían al calor con presión, bajo presión o sargentos y se lograban este tipo de piezas con esta
This kind of
puerta.
pieces was like the result of the twisting the wood under heat. They was using heat like they just can get this form. Sometimes it was using like something heavy to twist it and keep the form and then
Esto fue un carpintero alemán, pero se trasladó a Estados Unidos y de Estados Unidos fue que ya desarrolló toda su técnica.
So this was made from a German carpenter. Then he moved to America, and then after that he started to make this
Cheers.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Aquí vemos otros tipos de sillas para diferentes usos, se hacen de manera individual o para conjuntos.
This another kind of shirt. They was made like individual or sometimes like making the wall furniture.
It's like scary movie chairs.
Sigamos. Aquí estamos en el gran salón de la casa, digamos, ya señorial,
It's like the living room of the house.
Okay.
donde se recibía a las visitas. Era un lugar de reunión y también de ostentación de todo lo que podíamos obtener y adquirir. Nuestro poderío se pavoneaba, digamos, se engalanaba acá.
So this is like the place where people was like all the time talking about how good was their life or how good they are in bed, and was like showing all the things that they was having in the house and how good they was living.
A ver, por ejemplo, este tipo de muebles era de los dormitorios, era para guardar prendas de vestir, pero al tener un cristal como que permitía la visualidad y pasaron a los grandes salones.
So this kind of furniture was usually used for be having in the bedroom, but because have the crystal and you can show everything, so they pass it to the living room.
Vemos acá expresados ya de manera de conjunto los muebles de medallón que engalanaron muchos espacios de las viviendas coloniales.
So this is like more of the furniture than you see there with the style medallion design.
Un mueble importante que sale de las iglesias es la llamada cómoda de sacristía, que es un mueble que lo usaban los sacristanes, los religiosos en las iglesias, pero por su belleza, sus trabajos desmesurados en cuanto a trabajos de carpintería y ebanistería, es que comienza a formar parte de los grandes salones habaneros.
So this was more usually used for religion and church, but because it was so nice design and it was like using so much nice elements to make furniture, and they was using it here for the living rooms.
Oh, okay.
Acá vamos a ver al centro de la sala un arbolillo de concha que eran manualidades hechas por las monjas de los conventos. Recolectaban conchitas del mar, de la orilla del mar, y se dedicaban a hacer este tipo de adornos florales. Se llaman arbolillos de concha. Ahí
So
hay otro
this
mucho más
was
grande.
made from nuns with the conch.
With the what?
With the conch.
Oh,
Conch.
comb.
Yeah.
A comb.
C-O-N-C-H.
C-O-M-C-H.
Uh-huh.
Animal, like the animal, the
Yeah.
torch. Oh, okay.
They was using it. Was made from nuns.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Sí, sí, un trabajo muy minucioso, de mucho detalle. Y bueno, vamos a ver el resto
So
de
she said that
del
before
salón.
you was having like some kind of shares and was using like single, and sometimes you use it like set.
Era muy de moda los retratos. O sea, ya en el siglo XIX existía la fotografía, pero reposar para que te retrataran era también una práctica. Y por eso en los salones se ponían los resultados, los retratos hechos por artistas.
So during that time was like too famous that you have the picture of yourself, like somebody painting you. So they was showing that
Yeah.
the results.
Okay. And they had to sit there for a long time. You had to sit there while somebody paints you. Yeah.
Algo muy raro que tenemos en este museo es que casi siempre, la mayoría, o siempre, los retratos eran de manera individual y era muy raro que se hicieran retratos en pareja. Y esta es una pieza muy rara en ese sentido.
So most of the time, the picture was single, was showing only one person, but they keep it because it was weird and they was making like a couple.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Otra técnica desde la carpintería muy llamativa, y tenemos varias piezas en colección, son los muebles doblados a partir de láminas de madera, los llamados John Henry Berter.
John Henry.
John Henry Berter.
Okay, so this was like something unusual, was this kind of furniture. Call it John Henry Berger.
Y el doblaba la madera, lograba estas piezas en movimiento, como lo podemos ver también en este tipo de curvatura, que no es a través de la talla, sino es a través de la colocación de láminas de madera,
So,
moldeadas al vapor también.
so this was like the start of wood bending. Then they was like putting some caps and caps of wood, and then the result was with heat. They was like putting all of them together with heat, and then they get this result.
Oh, okay.
It was not like they was like cutting the wood in this form. No.
No. Okay. My grandma has a bunch of like these type of stuff.
I was having a lot of this in my house.
Yeah.
Bunch of them,
Oh,
like
okay.
a lot of them. My
Aquí
mom
vemos un
had them.
el gabinete, que era también una sala de espera.
Oh, this is what you see before, the desk.
The desk.
The
Okay.
desk.
Okay. And the
Esta
big
es
writing.
Different one.
Esta es una sala de espera, una sala de estar, una sala para conversar, se tocaba piano, guardaba, escribía acá en esta.
So this is like you have like the living room. In that time you was having like the living room and then like the staying room, like when they was like calling you and you have like to wait for somebody here and then they pass you to the other.
Okay.
Una cosa importante que
Yeah.
había un gran desarrollo de
I'm recording the whole time.
y de la industria
Yeah.
tabacalera, que eran los que propiciaban las grandes riquezas.
I don't know if you guys can see my pocket.
Y entonces, aquí en esta zona, por ejemplo, está la
Oh.
reserva,
Okay. No. It's okay.
una tabaquera, y acá, en este espacio, eran colocados los trozos de carbón para encender los tabacos. Aunque existía el fósforo, existía ya, se había instalado en todo el problema de, ya por los chinos habían, o sea, se había creado la pólvora, todo estaba perfecto, pero el hábito de encender el tabaco a través de los trozos de carbón colocados en esta pieza era una práctica que se utilizaba para...
Okay, so they was it was the when they was keeping the cigars, you know, the tobacco, and then usually they was having like another kind of different ways to light to on the cigar, but they was using here. They was putting charcoal here,
Okay.
and then people just come here and
Light up. Yeah.
light up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sigamos para acá. Aquí estamos en el gran salón comedor. Era muy importante tener una lujosa vajilla que se mandaba a hacer a pedido de Europa. Es interesante saber que cada familia hacía su vajilla, pero le colocaba su escudo, o tal como lo hacía con los balones de vida para esclavos, lo hacía con la vajilla. Y en la vajilla era colocada.
Then they was like making the doors and the fence with the sign, the signature of the family. They was using the same for the dining,
Done.
for the tableware.
Okay. Dining room.
Y
Yeah.
una práctica muy importante era que se hacían piezas de masa. Para cuando se invitaban a las grandes cenas, se obsequiaban a los presentes, a los asistentes, se les obsequiaba un plato, una pieza.
So even when they was having like big dinners, they was like making extra pizzas, and then when the guest was leaving, they was giving one of that piece to them to carry on.
Y entonces surge el coleccionismo. Y entonces te invitaban a tantas fiestas y te quedabas con un plato de cada actividad que al final surgen estas modas.
So
Como
then
colocar-
people was like having this fashion collections of these plates, and they was inviting for so much event. Then at the end of the day, they was having like a collection.
Inclusive también cuando dos familias se casaban, los hijos, se mandaba a hacer la vajilla de la boda y entonces se hacían con los escudos de boda o abolados. se
So
ponían.
when they was having a wedding and two families was getting married, they was making this time to put the signature of both families.
Seguimos esto es un mueble masculino. Se sentaban los hombres para descansar después de la cena, la comida, se sentaban cómodamente. Un mueble que tiene las orejeras, o sea, si te caía el sueño, no te...
So it's more a male furniture. It's like after you have dinner and you want like chilling but it's more for men.
Man, yeah.
Acá si vamos a trasladarnos al siglo XIX, vamos a pensar que vamos a tener una gran cena, los invitados comienzan a llegar, se sientan en la primera sala, otros en este espacio y poco a poco van pasando hacia el salón comedor y los menores iban colocados en este espacio porque no se mezclaban con la
So during that time, the guest was reaching and was first in the living room or in the second room, and then by the time they was coming here to the dining room.
Okay.
And the child, they was sitting in that table, separate of the dogs.
All right. Guys, I'm gonna let you go because my phone's getting hot.
Una pieza muy curiosa que tenemos acá es la llamada, esto no se hace mucho, la llamada taza bigotera, que esto era para los hombres, no se mojaran el bigote.
So this is for you. So she said that it's like the cup, the mustache cup. It's for people that, in that time it was having like a big mustache.
Yeah.
And they was using this to stop the hair and they just do it.
Oh,
Hair,
okay.
like, right now you drink coffee and you always have your mustache.
Yeah, so it stops
They have to store, deberían haber dejado esa tacita.
No, pero además también que en la moda de la época el bigote se puso de moda, pero el bigote tenía que estar bien peinado, se le echaban hasta a veces tintes y ceras para que estuviera como tieso, digamos, y entonces no se podía
So during
dañar.
that time, they was like almost like the hair. They was like fixing very nice the mustache and putting wax and things like to make it look pretty. So you cannot be like messing up with mustache.
Yeah.
With coffee.
Entonces,
Oh, okay.
vamos a ver, este mueble es, digamos, donde tenemos un tinajero, pero yo le digo que es el refrigerador moderno, porque podías tomar agua fresca siempre. Acá en la piedra se filtraba el agua, se colocaba aquí esta pieza de falta un gran, digamos, recipiente de barro que mantenía el agua fresca y con una especie de un cucharón, con un jarrito y se tomaba. Pero esto estaba protegido con una mallita, no había insectos, no había nada y el agua era muy, muy buena.
So there was, it's like an old refrigerator. They was putting the water here to get filtered, and then at the bottom they was having like some kind of bucket, and you was taking the water from it, but the water was keeping very fresh.
But how? All right. But how's the refrigerator?
Was like it's not it's like old way of saying refrigerator. But they said that she said that was fresh and was like no hot
Pero
like
lo interesante que esta, como el taburete, todavía son piezas que están en casas de los campos, en los campos cubanos. Tú puedes ir a la
She said
casa de
that
un guajiro y
some
encontrarte.
houses still having this in some towns.
Que son piezas que son del siglo XIX que todavía tienen utilidad, perduran en el siglo XXI. Aquí vamos a ver la sala de elementos de los de vitrales. Los vitrales cubanos, a diferencia de los europeos, aunque en Cuba también hay, la unión de un cristal con otro era a través de este nervio de madera, que es una palabra muy rara que se llama embellotado. Sí, exacto.
So this is like a stained glasses. But let me see I don't know if this word even exists in English. It say this bottled.
Bottled.
But
Okay.
I don't know if that would be the Spanish word is embellotado.
What-
And this is for the union of this was by they was calling this embellotado. But I don't know. The English translation here say bottle. I don't know if that would be the right translation.
Los vitrales que más se han difundido a nivel mundial, la técnica es a través del vidrio con plomo, la unión de los cristales con plomo. Y ese tipo de vitral se lleva dos capas de vidrio para sostener el trabajo
Yeah. And the union was with lead.
Estos
Yeah.
vitrales se utilizaban para cuando la luz proyectaba se generaba un juego de colores
So they was using this, like when the projection of the light was coming inside of the house, it was having like colorful, seeing like some colorful in the floor.
Estos vitrales, lucetas, se llegaron al museo como rescate de edificaciones que
Screen, it's called a screen, but in Spanish it's mampara. And it's like have some light from outside, but you was still like, they was having like doors, but instead of having this kind of doors, they was putting this one, and you was still having some light coming in.
hay algo importante ya en esta sección y es
¿Esto de qué año es?
siglo XIX igual.
Oh, this is the 19th century.
Pero te digo, aquí hay ya un desarrollo de la industria tabacalera que se traduce en desarrollo gráfico de la litografía. Y fíjate que las marquillas de tabaco, todo esto te da un desarrollo de dibujo, en fin, de la gráfica, y que se llega a la arquitectura. ¿Y cómo llega? A través de calcomanías. Los grandes paneles de cristal se hacían calcomanías de paisajes, de flores. Vamos aquí se fundió la luz pero acá hay un paisaje de ciudad. Entonces se recreaba a través de la calcomanía algún elemento decorativo.
So they was using deco to make like some recreation of the cigars plantation or common life.
Okay.
Sigamos.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Acá vamos al dormitorio. Estamos en el dormitorio, zona privada de la familia. El mueble canastillero que te decía que fue para los salones para poder exhibir todo lo que sustentaba, pero fundamentalmente este mueble se hizo para esto, para colocar los ajuares de la habitación, los ajuares personales, y aquí en este caso, como elemento como el museo, podemos ver todo lo que usaba, en este caso la dama.
So this is like the same furniture that we see in the living room, but this one is in the bedroom. And was like the same function, like to keep the clothes and.
Okay. What are anything used for like bedroom stuff? Oh, okay.
Son como sábanas y esas.
Exacto, son los juegos de cama, lo que se
Oh,
utilizaba.
okay. Oh,
Como les decía, las mujeres tenían que saber tener habilidades en el bordado, entonces se utilizaban este tipo de patrones, o sea, te daban como especies de clases y tú tenías que continuar
You
los
was having
puntos.
like some kind of classes, and they was like, you have to be following the same kind of pattern of the same like I was like telling you before. So.
Los rezos, la iglesia eran importantes y entonces existían diferentes imágenes religiosas dentro de la habitación y sobre todo la silla para el rezo.
You understand that? You understand?
What's it for praying?
Yeah, for prayer, yeah.
Se llama reclinatorios.
They say, I don't know, is that because some plenty words don't have like they reclinated, reclinated, but that is not supposed to be even a word.
Pero aquí vemos tres tipos de sillas. La reclinatorio, la silla de iglesia que era trasladada para la iglesia y esta es la silla calzadora que se utilizaba para calzarse los zapatos.
This one is a shirt that they was using to put on your shoes.
Oh,
And
oh.
this one is, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be sitting and brushing your hair. No. Okay.
Dice que pensaba que eso era para peinarse.
No, eso es.
It's like short, like for me when you put on your shoes, and that one is like the same one that it was like carrying on to shorts.
Oh, okay.
This here, Pride View. I don't know if Pride View.
What?
Like reclimate. That is like.
That's not an English word.
Yo, I don't know how to do that.
También en este lugar, sobre todo la mujer pasaba mucho tiempo. ¿Por qué? Porque tenía que estar amamantando al bebé, o tendría que estar haciendo labores, o simplemente se sentaba a escribir cualquier nota. Era un lugar donde permanecía mucho tiempo. Entonces tenía elementos religiosos, elementos de manualidades, en
So
fin.
this was, as he said, most of the time, plenty the women was staying in the bedroom, so guys would have like elements of religion, some share.
Okay.
Este es un mueble dedicado totalmente al aseo, es el mueble palanganero. La tapa de mango tiene una oquedad para colocar la palangana, o sea, la guamanil y la cofaina, las jaboneras, en fin, todo es el mueble, el conjunto es auténtico, original y todas las piezas del conjunto están completas. Esto es un mueble lavado como el que vimos allá adelante, pero en este caso es de mármol, las piezas son de mármol. Sucede lo mismo.
Like what we see before, but it's like more from the same with marble.
Yeah.
Y el mismo principio y el agua se recoge en un
Yeah,
balde.
on the same way to water. You put the water on top, and then come here, and then you pick the water from the bottom in a bucket.
Uh-huh. We finished. All right, gracias. Okay.
Un placer.
All right. That's mucho. It was a lot. Here, this is,
Huh?
there you go.
Señora, un momentito, por favor. Oh, she say don't worry for it.
You no. Okay. Okay.
I don't even notice it, and we was going this way to go.
Oh, okay.
I need to use the...
Okay.
No, no creo que va. I need to use the bottom.
Okay.
En las calles de La Habana sale el sol sin preguntar. Paso lento, vida simple. La historia empieza al caminar. Café en la esquina, risas pasan. La ciudad se deja ver. No es un sueño, no es un cuento. Esto es